Wow, it's a beautiful evening, everyone. Once again, welcome to Concanto 23. And today we have a really great discussion with my colleague here. I'm your finance coach, Luisa Libese, and with me here is Anthony Odhiambo. And today, as I said, we are going to talk about something really, really nice. And I hope that you're all gonna love it. Don't hesitate to share your comments on the comment section. So a wise person once said that what surprises me most with humankind, we get bored of our childhood, rushed to grown up, and long to be children again. That we lose our health to get money, then lose our money to restore our health. That by thinking anxiously about our future, we forget the present, such that we live in neither the present nor the future. We live as if we will never or will never go, or we are never going to die, and die as though we have never lived. And that is so true, because I learned that, or I've realized that even I myself, I really at times wish I was just a child, because a child is given everything. A child has everything. You're just given everything. And they say adulthood is come. And for a matter of fact, that is really true. And I think this statement really captures the contradictions and complexities of human existence. We spend so much time of our childhood dreaming of growing up and becoming adults, but as adults, we often find ourselves reminiscing about the carefree days of our youth. And that reminds me about my niece, Daniela. She's always telling me that she wants to be me. Oh, Auntie, I want to be you. And I'm here telling her, Daniela, I want to be you. And that really makes me wonder who wants to be who. She wants me, and I want to be her. And she doesn't know, like, the price of being an adult. And I keep telling her, you don't know what you're asking for, my little girl. So I don't know, what are your thoughts about that, Anthony? Maybe you can share with us.
Yeah, that statement, it's a statement that really can make us be aware about our upbringing and our growth, and us understanding our own environment and everything about our growing up, and our maturity and the things that cost us when we grow. So it's really ironic how we rush through our childhood and then long for those moments once they are gone. Like what you're saying is true. When Daniela mostly tells uh, the sister Gabriela about that she wants to be an adult, and then the sister keep on reminding her that when you become an adult, you're going to start paying bills. And then for her, she say, but I would be living with my mommy and daddy. But the sister, because now she's a big girl, so she keep on reminding her that once you will be 18, you'll be free to go out and start living alone. So you need to pay bills, you need to pay electricity, you need to pay the car note, the mortgage, and so many other things. So it reminds me, especially how as a child, we are always looking forward to being older. But as adults, we often yearn for the innocence and wonder we had back then. Like, I was driving a certain lady, and she was telling me, I miss the then days when everything were like this and that. So she was having her stories about her childhood, about how they used to walk around DC to Maryland. But right now there's new building, new roads. There's no that freedom. You are just in your house. You don't know your neighbors and many other things. So that's true. What you're talking to, Luisa, is true.
Wow. It's not just about childhood, because this statement also emphasizes the trade-offs we make between our health and money. We work so hard to earn money and accomplish a lot of things, but often overlook taking care of ourselves in the process. And this just reminds me about Uncle Musa's story, who worked in the US for a long time, then retires at a very old age, and he's not even able to enjoy his retirement. Why? Because he's old, he can't, and he has made his room upstairs. He can't even get to that place. Other people are the one who are enjoying the fruits of his labor. And this also just reminds me, you find that oftenly as adults we really work so hard and we overlook our health, and we end up spending the money that we work hard for on buying medicines, going to hospitals, whereas we have to learn, or we have to find a balance. That's the word. Because the moment you find a balance, you're able to work out, you're able to eat healthy, you're able to do things. But the moment you work so hard, you find that you eat an unbalanced diet, and this affects our health. We don't work out, we skip some important things in life, and that's when our finances go back to that place, and you find that at the end of the day, you're back to where you are. You're back to you're rotating, you're going in circles. And it's really important when you find that balance. And when you're a child, you're just being provided for everything. You have everything at your disposal. You want clothes, your parents are always looking out. Oh, her clothes are becoming so small. Oh, she does not have that. You have warm water to shower, you have food, you have snacks. But the moment you're grown up, my friend, reality checks in. You now have to do everything for yourself. You have to pay your bills, you have to buy your own clothes, you have to buy your own food, to fuel your own car. Because at the end of the day, you have to really also do these things, because we have the basic needs that everyone needs in their daily lives. And that's when you start waking up, going to work, and you need to learn how to budget, to save, to do all these things. And the moment you also don't know how to do this, you also suffer. You will get stress, you will get pressure, you're just there. And that's a reality of life. So a lot of us really want to just go back to being kids, because every time I'm just seated and I remember, oh, when I was a kid, my mom would give me this. And right now I have a kid, I have to give her that. So that's that's a really tough decision in life one has to make. These are choices we have to make, and we have to make the right choices. And yeah, we just have to make the right choices at the end of the day, because the reality is you can't go back to being a kid. You'll keep growing older. So Anthony, it's back to you.
Yeah, what you're saying is true. So we sacrifice our health in pursuit of financial success. That's why sometimes, like here in US, you find people they don't even have time to sleep. But healthically, it's required at least you have like 7 to 8 hours rest. And so we sacrifice our health in pursuit of financial success, because we need money, we need to pay bills, we need to have fun, and so many other things. But in the end, we are realizing that money can't buy good health or undo the damage we have done. So it is a reminder of the importance of finding balance and prioritizing our well-being. A friend of mine, we were discussing, and there is this, we end up into conclusion that, when you are looking for money, you look for money, and then when you get older, maybe you are at your 55 or 60, and now like the age is catching up with you, then you now realize that now the money that you were saving, you'll now be using it now to buy medication, so that at least you can be healthy. So now there are these things that she was telling me, that there are 3 things in our body that need to be looked upon so well, so that as we grow, I know all the organs in our body are very important, but these are 3 parts of our body that we need to look at. And one is our brain. The second is our backbone. And the third was our heart. Because those are the things that affect most people when they're age. Because when you're aged and maybe you had a lot of things, and maybe you get affected with dementia, and then you start forgetting everything. You forget your house, you forget your children. They keep on reminding you, dementia. And another thing that for you to get rid of such a scenario to happen with you, then you have to be a reader. You need to put your mindset into practice, like reading, listening to something that you make your mind active. It's part of the cognitive exercise that you should do. I'm not saying that it's 100% reading the book can also help you not to have problem with forgetting, but it contributes to you being alert, concentrating with many things that happen even as you age. And then when he was talking about the heart, we have the cardio. You need to exercise, you have to run, you have to walk. But when you start getting money, you forget even to go to the nearest shop to buy something. You have to drive. A place that you can walk, you have to drive. Maybe if the rain comes without you knowing, and you have to come from the shop to go to where you park your car, is when now you run. And you find someone running in such a scenario, and he's really breathing as if he's going to die tomorrow because you don't exercise. And then when you're talking about the backbone, was because you have to take care of your back so that at least you don't break your back. When you break your back, then you not walk. And you will not do what you are doing. So those are the things that you need to look at. So all this, you need to have balance. Even as you are looking for money, make sure that exercise become a priority in your life. Eating healthy become a priority in your life. And having fun and things that make you busy, working hard in your hobbies, it become a priority, so that you don't have things to think too much about that will end up leading you into blood pressure and many other things, because of thinking about negative things that are not going to be very helpful in your life. Anyway, that's what this story is a very important thing for us to think about our life being the priority. Anyway, Lisa.
That's really true. And I'm really wondering, because a lot of us, we are so anxious about the future. I don't know if you've ever had the same problem, because we forget to live in the present, and it resonates with me so much, because we are often caught up in worrying about what is to come, and we really overlook on the beauty and opportunities of the present moment, because most of us, we just want to worry about tomorrow, and we forget today. We forget what we have now. What we have now, we can make use of it, and we just want to focus on tomorrow. Though it's not bad to think about tomorrow, but also make use of the present, because the present is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And the just don't focus on tomorrow and you forget on today, because that also affects a lot of us, and that makes us not appreciate the present, what we have at the moment. And the moment you don't appreciate what you have now, it also disappears in the process. So it's also good to appreciate and make use of what you have at hand at that moment, and don't misuse it. If it's your salary, learn how to balance it, save, budget, and all that, tithe. Just don't also get it and then you go and overuse it and overspend it, and you're still there waiting for, oh, now what do I do? You just have to find the balance, like we've said. You have to find a balance. And how do you find that balance? You can walk in some distances. And when you were talking about driving to the park, you find that I have a friend who was in the same place. They would just go to buy vegetables while driving, and then they started becoming big and big, and right now he's now putting in the work to cut. Now he's not even driving to work because he wants to to gain back his fitness. But thanks to God, he's back on his feet. And those are some of the things that we are talking about. If it's a distance you can walk, you walk. If you can run, run. If you can jog, jog, to cut down on the costs of the gym, because that money you can use it somewhere else, or work out in the house. Just do a little stretches. Like the other day, I was telling my sister, I really need to do some stretches because the only stretch I do is walking. But we also have to do those little stretch outs. You just stretch out. You don't need to go to the gym. So that's the point. And you'll find that everything will just work out and you find the balance coming. Yeah, Anthony?
Yeah, what you're talking about is true about finding the balance in our life.
Mhm.
If you buy the book My Pocket Friend Abroad, there is that place that talk about do it myself, a page that talks about that. It
Mhm.
also try to elaborate
Mhm.
how you can really save in most of the activities that you do, like walking, like having your own garden, where you can get your vegetables and many things. And if you are living in a rain, you can buy soil and be innovative and create a temporal and a garden where you can plant your vegetable, especially if at the rental that you live in there is an outdoor place. Though it also depends with the leasing office where you're renting, because some people will not accept, but you can try your level best to do things by yourself, which also will be part of your exercise. So it's a common tendency, especially in today's fast-paced and uncertain world. We are always planning and preparing for the future. Even you find someone with 80 years is still preparing for the future. As somebody who is even 90 is still thinking about tomorrow, what he's going to do about tomorrow. But sometimes at the expense of fully enjoying and appreciating the present is very important, because you have to appreciate the moment where you are. You have to look at this money I got. How can I create balance that I should not affect my health? Because you have a contributing part of the activities and exercise and eating healthy, doing exercise, saving little in your saving account in terms of an emergency. And that will be a great opportunity for yourself when you are also enjoying the present by preparing things about the present instead of all focusing about tomorrow. At the end, you affect your life because you start thinking about things that are not even very important. And when you hit 30, that is when you start having some thinking about things that you don't even know you're thinking about that. And that's why sometimes you look at your blood pressure, it's going up, going down, you have a lot of tension. Very small thing can worry you. Maybe someone is telling you your makeup is not good, so that becomes something that is going to affect the whole of your life. Forgetting that the person who said it just went and is relaxing, having fun in his life. But for you, you're there thinking, worried about how to make your face look nicer. And at the end, because you don't have finances to do it, then you start being worried, and then it affects your health. So our health is very important. Let us continue to appreciate the moment. Let us understand that our life is progressive. Today you are a child, tomorrow you'll be in your mid-age, and then you're going to be aged, you'll be at your late retirement age. So we have to know the calendars about our life. And remember, always we should appreciate the present. Thank you, Lisa.
What you're saying is really true. And I just want to back up that point because how do I say it? A lot of young people are really dying. And you find that nowadays a lot of young people are dying, very young people. And the old people are still moving on. And this is because of the food that we are eating. A lot of us, since we are now on a salary or we have money, we just don't want to prepare good food at home. We just want to eat junk food. Eating junk food is not bad, but you don't have to make it a habit. And you find that the moment you don't eat a balanced diet, because we are working so hard, we forget to take care of ourselves, that we want to just buy food because you're tired, you don't want to get home and cook. You just decide, now let me take out food, and then you eat, and with that you find that it affects people, and that's why a lot of people are really dying. And I feel like we are really taking life for granted. Why? Because we're just living life invisibly, like we are really invisible, taking our days just for granted, as I have said, and we are faced with the reality of death. And once we realize how precious life is and fleeting life is, you will not take that life for granted. You'll just learn how to take good care of yourself, to appreciate yourself, to live within your means, and don't stress, because we all don't wear the same shoe size. We don't fit in the same shoe size. We all have different sizes. We fit in different sizes, and not every key can open every door. Why? There's a reason, because we all have to live where we are, and that's why a key opens where it fits. You can't use a very big key for a very small padlock. You can't use a very small key for a very big padlock. That's the fact about life. We just have to move with our own pace, financially, in everything. And once you just take a grip of your finances, then you will find that you're okay. And also on your off days, just get a few minutes to rest. Just rest, because most of us, or most of the people, we are so fatigued because we don't want to just get rest. You want to look for money and money and money, forgetting that we are getting old. It reminds me that one day my sister was telling me, you're almost 30. Soon you will start having, you will need grease. Because when there's you need grease, or if there's no grease and there's friction, there's a sound, it comes out. So she was making those kind of sounds like an old. So she was like, you're almost 30, please take care, you need to watch out. And that
Yes,
really
it's true.
made me laugh.
Mhm.
Yeah, so let that be a lesson to all of us. As much as we are growing older, let's also take good care of ourselves. We don't want to get weary and start wearing out and making those old sounds of old tracks. Yeah,
Mhm. That's
yeah,
true.
that's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really true. And what I can say is we need to make sure that we live our life each day to the fullest,
Mm-hmm.
and make the most of our time here. Yeah, in the present. What I mean is present, whereby you need to plan about your life. Don't just live your life in a free mode, whereby if someone tells you, Luisa, can we go to Nairobi?
Mm-hmm.
You're free. Can we go to, sometimes this friend of mine was telling me, sometimes it's good to, even if you're not busy, it's good to tell people you're busy, so that people will
Mm-hmm.
not misuse you. Because
Mm-hmm.
when people see your availability, they will use
Mm-hmm.
you, they will try to oppress you down, and it's your life also you need to take care of. So that's why I was listening to another TikToker, and I was saying that like in
Mm-hmm.
here in US, in the job we have sick leave. When you're sick, you can request, and then you are paid, because here they pay per time. The hour you work is when you're paid. So sick
Mm-hmm.
leave, you can be given like 2 days, that is 16 hours, and then you'll be paid even if you're not at work. So that one is not only when you are coughing or having a
Mm-hmm.
flu, or being really sick. Sometimes when you see your body, you're fatigued, you can request for sick leave so that you have a rest, which is very important for your life. Instead of going to work, you're looking for this money, but at the end you get fatigued, and then you get more sick, you stay more time in the hospital, and that is going to make every of your project to be stranded, to be stuck. So it is it's a real reminder to live each day to the fullest and make the most of our being here, the present. We shouldn't wait until it's too late to truly live and embrace the moment that make life worthy. Remember that your life is worthy, and you just need to make sure that you do anything that is very important about your life. And if you strike the balance, not forgetting that money is not everything. Your life, your health is very important, even as we work very hard to get the money. But once you get that money, can you use it well so that you will have it help you tomorrow when your body also need rest? Lisa?
Wow, those statements are really true and they make a lot of sense. So it really makes us to pause and reflect on our choices and priorities. It's also a reminder to find a balance, appreciate the present, and live a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. And this means that we have to find a balance whereby we also have to, if we have a family, we have balance for the family. You know, we have some people who work that they don't even see their kids, neither morning, neither night. They only see their children on weekend. And it's nice as a parent, you at least see your kids by the day or talk to them, know how the day went. Don't just be busy, and then you'll feel left out.
Yes.
In your kid's life. And the other thing about it, it's appreciating the present. You just appreciate where you are with your life, and you move with your pace, because the moment you want to rush, then you will crash. If you rush, you crash. And I always say that this, let me say it in Swahili, mbio za sakafuni huishia ukingoni. And ukingoni is never far. You know, ukingoni is always there waiting for you at the end of the road. There's always an end, and at the end there, when you're in a rush, you'll fall down in a ditch. So the moment you rush, you can crash. So you all have to take life one day at a time, with what you have, appreciating what you have, making use of it. You can't, they say you can't stretch your hand beyond what you can, but you can stretch it though. You can stretch it though if you want more, but you also have to find a balance. And still, you have to give yourself off days. Even as an entrepreneur, you have to give yourself those off days to just relax and do your chores and all that. Yeah. So
What
yeah,
you're saying, what you're saying is true, is really true. Your health is very important. And another thing that you don't need to forget also, your family come first.
Yeah,
That's
true.
why even in the hierarchy of the ministry, if you are a church person, you're a pastor, it says that the family comes first and then the church becomes the second. Because if you put much of your concentration in the church, then definitely you're going to lose your family. And when your wife doesn't get the fulfilling part of yourself as the head of the family, then definitely she will leave. And when she leaves, then the people will start accusing you as a pastor that you failed to lead your home. And then what happened next? Then the church will break. So our family becomes first, your body, your health becomes so important and fast, and then these other things will follow. So in case we get money, we should not forget that the money, it is there to help us to move to another level. Because I know at this time and moment, there's so many things you cannot do without money. And you have to strike a balance, and there is no any other excuse about that. You have to strike a balance. And that's why we say that you have to work smartly, not working so hard. You have to be smart in terms of budgeting, saving, and so many other things. And you need to associate yourself with people who will inspire you and give you hope, not people who are going to disorganize you and make you to be more pessimistic about your life. So always we should be optimistic. And everything will be fine. Anyway, thank you very much for everyone who have been in these videos, who've been watching and listening. Remember to buy our book, My Pocket Friend Abroad. Is one of the great financial tool that is going to give you guidance about how to use your own money so that you will strike a balance between money, health, and your exercise and so many other things. And remember also to follow us in Instagram. Luisa will give you the handles. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also remember, this month we have our webinar, and it's going to be a great webinar. We're going to do a lot of discussion about personal finances and how it's going to how it affects the relationship. Anyway, thank you very much. God bless you. Let me welcome my colleague to say something, as she's going to talk more about our handles and our emails and how you can reach us. Anyway, thank you. God bless you.
Okay, you can reach us out on Instagram at Concanto23, or you can email us at concanto@gmail. With that, thank you. Let God bless you. Don't forget to buy the book, as Anthony has said. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. God bless you.